Hi guys, Ian here again. We're going to be taking another look at multiplying out brackets. In the last part 1 we looked at expressions like this, where we expanded these brackets to give you something like this. So you multiply the a by the x and the a by the b. If you're not competent doing these ones, I'd take another look at part 1 and then come back to this one, because what we're doing in this one is we're actually multiplying together two brackets. So you'd have something like this: x plus a multiplied by x plus b, and we'd have to expand out this multiplication here. Now, how I actually tell people to do it is, if you multiply x by that entire bracket, and then you multiply a by that entire bracket, then we have two terms in the form of a x plus b. And from part 1 we already know how to deal with these. So we multiply x by x, which is going to give you x squared, plus b times x times b is going to give you xb, and then you multiply a times by x, which give you ax, and multiply ab. And then these two terms are both terms of x, but something x plus something x. So we have bx plus ax, so it's going to give you b plus ax. So for example, imagine if you had 2x plus 3x, you have 5x. So it's just b plus ax. So we can write that like this: b plus a times by x plus ab. In part 1 we looked at the geometry of this sort of expression. So we'd have a rectangle with a length a and length x plus b. We can do exactly the same with this to shed some light on it geometrically. So you'd have a rectangle with length with a base, for example x plus b, and a height x plus a. Like so. So we have base x plus b, height x plus a. And then the area becomes the brackets to be expanded that we had before. So we have x plus b times by x plus a. Obviously base times height for the area of a rectangle. And because both these lengths are made of two parts, is part x plus b and x plus a, we can further divide these lines into two parts. So we have a length x here, which is going to be this shorter one here, and this longer one here is going to be b. And similarly at this side, this length here is going to be x, and this one here is going to be a. And we divide up the rectangle into 4 pieces by these divisions. We have 4 different rectangles which make up the
sum of these areas, because it's going to be that one plus that one plus that one plus that one. Now this square here, a base,
x and height x, so it's going to be x times x, which is x squared. Now don't get that confused with 2x. X times by x is the square of x. You can see that if you think of it as a square. If you times the number together by itself, you get the area of a square. So it's x squared, not 2x. 2x would be that length there. X squared is the actual area. Then this one here is going to be x times by b. So it's going to give you bx. This one here is going to be a times by x, because that's a and this length here is x. So you're going to get ax there. And this one here, a times by b, is going to be ab. So we have the area, which is equal to ax plus x plus b times by x plus a, is going to be the same as x squared plus bx plus ax plus ab, which is what we had earlier if you combine these two terms again. So it's going to equal plus b plus a times by x plus ab. So this is the expression we had earlier by multiplying this whole bracket by x and this whole bracket by b, or by a, it doesn't particularly matter, it doesn't matter at all. If we go through some examples, some actual examples to make this easier. If we look at a really simple one, we have two positive numbers, two very small positive numbers. So we have x plus 1 times by x plus 2. Now what I recommend you do is you multiply that entire bracket by x, so you're going to get x times by x plus 2, and then multiply the entire bracket by 1, so it's going to be plus 1 lot of x plus 2. We already know how to deal with these from part 1, these expressions. So it's going to be x times by x, which we just discussed is the square of x, plus x times by 2 is going to give you 2x. Obviously 1x is going to be x, and 1 times 2 is 2, so it's just going to be plus, you can draw the lines if you want, so it's going to be plus x plus 2. Combine your x's, so it's going to be x squared, 2x plus x is 3x plus 2. There. So that was just a nice simple one. If you look at, you'll see minus signs of things. Don't be thrown by them. They're not not that much more challenging. So say x minus 7, x plus 3 or something. What you'd be doing here, you multiply that entire bracket by x, so you're going to get x plus 3. Multiply the entire bracket by, just because it's minus now, it's minus 7, so you're going to have minus 7 times by x plus 3. And now, as before, x times by x is going to give you x squared. X plus 3x, x times by 3. Minus 7 times by x, which will give you minus 7x. Minus 7 times by 3 is going to give you, it's a minus times positive, so it's going to be minus. So it's going to be minus 21, which is, then simplify this, get your x's together, it will be x squared, 3x minus 7, minus 4x, minus 21. Obviously, well, you'll see some which have two negative numbers, so something like this, x minus 4, x minus 3 or something. And exactly the same thing, x times by x minus 3, because we multiply the x by that entire bracket, minus 4 times by x minus 3, so we multiply the entire bracket by minus 4. X times by x squared, x times by minus 3x, minus 4 times by x, minus 4x, minus 4 times by minus 3, two negatives, multiply two negatives you get a positive, 4 times by 3 is 12, so it could be plus 12. Simplify these two by combining them, so it's going to be minus 4 minus 3, so you're taking away 3 from minus 4, so it's going to go minus 7x plus 12. You might see a term, for example x floating outside there, so something like x plus 1, x plus 12 or something. And you might just have an x out here, so maybe a minus x. Always do the brackets first. We'll come to this later. Always start with the brackets. So x times by x times by the entire bracket, sorry, is going to be x times by x plus 12. 1 times by the entire bracket is going to be x plus 12 minus x. X times by x is going to be x squared. X times by 12, 12x. Now, these brackets aren't actually doing anything because there's no one number up, so there's no, the coefficient is 1, so the brackets aren't, x times by 1 is 1, 12 times by 1 is 1, so you can just get rid of those brackets. Now we collect our x's together. You notice here we have plus x and here we have minus x, so that's 0. So this x and that x is going to cancel, so we're going to get x squared plus 12x plus 12. Another example you might see where you have more than one set of brackets, so something like this, and you'll be adding, so you have these two different terms which both need expanding. X plus, I don't know, 3 times by, I'll start with 3 actually, start here. Plus 4 x plus 11. So what you do here is you just expand both brackets first and then simplify them together, so you don't try and combine them in any two ways until you've expanded them in any way whatsoever. So it's just going to be x times by that bracket, so it's going to be x times by x plus 3 minus 7 times by x plus 3 plus x times by that bracket, x times by x plus 11, 4 plus 4 times by x plus 11. Expand again, so x times by x is x squared, 3x, minus 7 times by x is minus 7x, minus 7 times by 3, minus 21, x times by x is x squared, x times by 11 is 11x, x times by 4, 4 times by x is 4x, and 4 times by 4, and 4 times by 11 is 44. Now we have all these to combine together, so we get the x squared together. So we have an x squared here plus an x squared here is 2x squared. We have 3x minus 7x is minus 4x. And here we have 11x plus 4x is 50x, so we have plus 15x. We have minus 4x plus 15x, and we have minus 21 plus 44. 323. So we simplify again for these two x's here. So we have 2x squared plus 11x plus 23 simplified as the expanded expression. That's about it, I suppose. I'm available for Skype tuition if there's any problems you're having with maths at all which you need help with. Just drop me an email or something. The email should be in the description box. Yeah, so until next time.